All right, here we go. Level 9 of Jedi Knight.
This is 2.
They sound like monkeys.
Yeah, they do, now that you mention it. That had to have been the sample that Ben Burt used, like, because I know he sampled a bunch of stuff at zoos, so. Chewie was a bear mixed with, like, a couple other things.
Oh!
Oh! Dang!
What are the chances?
That's a great way to kick it off.
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
Dark Forces 2, Jedi Knight.
I do not like Trando Shans.
Yeah.
Sam I am. I do not like them in a fuel station.
Serving
Turn
ham.
now. Oh, he's dead.
Yeah, I guess, like I said this before, the Star Wars galaxy has no handrails.
Mm-hmm. Everybody's responsible for their own safety. Where's the weapon that I want?
In Utopia. Got some back to.
I'm trying to remember how to... Oh, there we go. Whoops. Oh yeah, that was... That hole
Secrets.
that hole is the way you're supposed to go. You don't necessarily need your force powers to do that.
Yeah. You trying to go for the dark side ending or no?
I think so. I think that would be fun, right? I
Yeah.
never did before. I could have swore it was on jump. If I even knew how to jump. Oh my gosh.
Well, it's kind of awkward the way. Well, I mean, I use the default keyboard placements also when I do it, so it's kind of got to stretch your hand from what I remember.
Well, right now I have it on X. That's not really great.
Oh, okay.
It's not. It's. I thought it might work pretty well, but it really does not. Whoa.
Now this part, you definitely might want to quick save because those drops.
You think? Maybe.
Actually, I didn't even know you were gonna have to do this section.
I think I have a quick save on the other section, but it was like weeks ago.
It was
at this point.
It was about 3 weeks ago, give or take.
Since we're picking up this game.
Yeah. It might have been close to a month actually. Now it's I can't remember, but there you go. Kill that Ugnaught.
So we got to get everything out of the fuel tank, out of
Right.
that into there.
That's right.
How's he standing?
It looks like he's
taking a dump. Oh shit!
I know. I was gonna say, look at you standing like a cowboy. His legs kind of spread like he's been riding a horse or something.
Bow-legged Trando Shans. All right, what's that gonna do? Is it gonna do what I want? Yes. Okay. I think I want to go back up and then. What? Wait.
I'm like sweating over here.
You don't trust me? Oh, that's the wrong button.
There's your answer right there. There's your answer.
I have this problem where I keep doing I keep doing the force speed, not the force jump.
Oh man. Thank God for that quick save.
Yeah. I'm just not gonna do it. Until later, I changed my keybind so it's not on X.
Right.
It's just way too awkward. There we go. Well,
It's nice when you get a visual indicator of the fuel going up or
yeah,
down.
that's something. Is that too far? It's too far. When I first played this back, however many years ago, I remember this game dictating my keybinds for other games in really weird ways, and it was mainly because of the force powers.
Oh right, right.
Because I
So you
would,
got used to that.
yeah, I got used for a long time. My mouse was all my movement, so left click and right click were forward and backward.
Wow, that's a interesting way of doing it.
It's super convenient when you want to free up the keyboard for everything else.
Yeah, I could see it if you got used to it being really good.
Because I had every force power had its own bind instead of
Yeah,
cycling through
right.
and then doing it.
That would be, well, I guess it makes sense because you did a lot of deathmatch on this game. So if you got good at that and you're just using all kinds of force powers.
I didn't really do a lot of deathmatch. It was really just like one or two sessions at LAN parties, and
Yeah.
nobody else really played the game. So
That's how you destroyed everyone.
yeah, because I would put everything into like force invisibility or whatever, and so I would just run around invisible and hack people with lightsabers. Oh yeah, I need the tool, right? That's what I need.
Yeah, that turning thing. I don't know what you call it. It's not a crowbar. It's a
Hydro spanner.
yeah, something like that.
It's up. It's up from here, I think. I think it's like on the second level of that little room.
Sounds right. I know it was near a technical station somewhere. A recent video of there was that guy who works for a game company, a modern game company. I can't remember the one or even the guy's name, but he was the person who did a recreation of Mos Eisley in the Unreal Engine like a couple years ago.
Yeah,
But it was, it was just you could walk around and that's it. It's not really that
right,
interactive.
right.
So he's also been working on a Dark Forces 1 Unreal recreation. And it's kind of a reimagining because he did an Imperial base that's supposed to be like where the Death Star plans are, but he added like an outside and it's like during the day and it there's a lot that looks different, but it looks amazing. And the thing is though, I'm always afraid that something like that is just never going to be finished if it's like one guy working on it on his free time from a regular job.
Yeah,
So it's just like, okay, cool. We have a cool YouTube video to watch or maybe a game to walk around in and that's it. But it is really gorgeous and he has he knows his job really well as far as the Star Wars aesthetics. So all the control panels and everything, it's never taken from other games. Like he's extrapolated that style of the Imperial machinery so well.
yeah.
So there's like pipes and control panels and
Well, it works out better that way too for like intellectual property
yeah,
issues to
yeah,
avoid any
right.
entanglements.
Yeah, he had to do it from the ground up, and then it's just really cool also seeing the Moldy Crow in like full Unreal Engine with all the details on it, and yeah, it's just awesome.
Yeah, I'll never understand why more games don't get remade and updated.
Yeah, I
I
know.
know that it's like, you know, movies with like the Star Wars Special Edition. There's like, it's kind of a sore point for a lot of people because um, they don't like the changes or they don't like the updated special effects or whatever. But games are like ripe for that, where as
Yes.
long as they maintain the gameplay and, you know, if there's a strong story or something, you just got to maintain that.
Yep.
And then just kind of just make everything, you know, better, just better graphics, basically. Or better controls too. Some games suffer not necessarily from uh, graphical problems, but just like obtuse controls and interface.
Just like they need to, well, kind of like what the X-wing upgrade guys are working on. They're how they've given X-wing the Tie Fighter. Um, how you can see the goal screen and the mission goals. You can see a threat display. You can see all the targeting that was in the Tie Fighter game, but in X-wing, and with updated graphics. So that is pretty cool, and you can use it on just about every mission. Like when you have that build, because I loaded it into my X-wing copy from GOG, and I was able to load just about every mission. I don't think the Death Star stuff is complete yet because obviously that would take more resources. Just
Yeah.
design Death Star surface and everything. But other than that, yeah, you can play most of the whole game, and I think they're still just tweaking a few things, and slowly but surely, every year it gets closer to being finished.
Ugh, that jump is not fun. I mean, it's simple jump, but yeah, I like it when projects like that can actually get finished or close to getting finished because there's the what is it, Black Mesa uh, reimagining of Half Life One.
Mm.
That was a fan project, and then it actually got pulled in by Valve and became an
Oh wow.
official thing. So it was really cool that they did that, and I'd like to see that with more games, just like the old games.
Yeah, just like with Final Doom, how they like Plutonia experiment and Evolution TNT. Those were all fan packs that basically got the approval of id and were just thrown into Final Doom, which is still why Final Doom is not seen as like an official part of Doom. It's still always kind of seen as like second tier officiality,
Hmm.
just because like no one from id actually created the wads. But
Yeah, now we have Sigil.
yeah, or sigil, however you say it.
Oh
I
yeah.
think it's sigil, but and that was sigil was really fun. I don't want to do it again anytime soon because it was really hard. But
Yeah,
I enjoyed my run through last year.
I liked it. I thought it was
Yeah.
interesting. There was some interesting parts.
I think the best part, well, visually there was some great new wall textures and stuff that really added that Doom flavor, but that coupled with Buckethead's soundtrack, oh man, that was so good. Like I mean, I kind of want to go back and play it now with the MIDI just to see how it is, which I'm sure is great, but I had to do it with Buckethead first. And it was just like, oh, it just added so much atmosphere.
I don't know if I played through with that soundtrack. I'll have to check it out.
Man, he really had some amazing tunes, and I'd only heard a little bit of his stuff over the years. I hadn't really like, because I've been hearing so many good things about Buckethead, and I was like, okay, well, I guess I'll check this out. And yeah, there was some great riffs, but he's extremely prolific. Like, if you look at his discography, there's some years where he's released like 100 solo downloads and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's kind of quantity over quality with him, but because
I'll almost always take that because
yeah,
if
yeah, I agree.
because there'll be way more chances to get good stuff.
Yeah, and he does have good stuff mixed in because then he's still there's still people that that tell you like exactly what to track down and hear the best of the best, So,
Yeah.
but yeah, he has this thing. I guess he released about 5 years ago. It was the 31 Days of October, and there was a 30-minute album for each day of the month as it counts down closer to Halloween. So the first one was called 31 Days to Halloween. The second one's 30 Days to Halloween. And then it just gets closer and closer. And it's all just moody, atmospheric, kind of horror oriented
Yeah.
guitar metal stuff. The body.
Even this game, it would be nice. It would be nice if. Oh man, thanks a lot, Stormtrooper. Um, Doom Doom has benefited from source ports and stuff because id released the source
Yeah.
code,
Yeah.
and I wish that we could get the same thing out of these games to where they're easier to run on modern stuff.
Not only that, but then we could get level editors that are official can use all the assets to create your own Jedi Knight levels.
Yeah, of course
Instead
it.
of just doing fan ones.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that it would be better to do like Jedi Outcast probably, but
Yes. Yeah. It's very true.
I feel like I'm gonna get crushed if I.
You're
Whoops.
gonna be like Emilio Estevez in Mission Impossible.
Yeah. Poor Emilio.
I think that was the last major role I saw him in. Was that movie?
Yeah, he's like, I got my Mighty Ducks bucks.
I
I'm
mean,
done.
I forgot he did do some more Mighty Duck sequels, but because I never even saw any of those movies, it just wasn't my thing.
Oh, that's yeah. Brooke loves those movies.
Well, that
He
makes
was in that.
sense.
I know
'Cause-
the last thing I really remember him in was that movie. I think it was a Showtime movie. He was in it with Charlie, and they played like brothers that were like porn theater operators or something in like the
Yeah.
70s or something like that. I
Oh, that
think.
sounds good. I gotta check that out.
I mean, I really liked Men at Work.
Yeah.
Their the other movie they did together. So,
Okay. I never saw that.
oh man, they played two garbage.
Literally,
The two played
yeah,
two garbage
I
men,
do remember the ads. I remember seeing the VHS and stuff, but I never saw it.
and
Uh,
it's got Keith David as like as a nutty. I think he's like a. I'm trying to remember the what goes on in the movie, but I think he's like a guy from the trash company that has to like ride along with them because they screwed up or something.
yeah.
But he's like a Vietnam vet or something, and he's crazy.
I
It's
think,
really good. And then there's like a dead body or something, and they got a
yeah,
typical '80s
yeah, late 80s,
weirdness.
early 90s. Yeah, I think growing up, I think I only saw him on Young Guns 1 and 2 and Maximum Overdrive, and I think that might have been it.
Hmm.
And Mission Impossible. And actually, Young Guns 2, I still when I revisited it last month or whatever, I don't think I had ever seen it from beginning to end. I remembered the beginning of the movie because I think that's all I'd seen as a kid, and then Young Guns 1 I knew pretty well because I had seen that a lot more. But yeah, Young Guns 2, it was all right. I could see why people didn't care for it compared to the original. It's not as, I don't know. It's weird. It had weird comedic moments in it. Um, but yeah, I don't know. It was a strange movie.
I never seen any of them. Am I supposed to
Yeah,
go down in here? Probably, right?
Young Guns, the original, is definitely worth a viewing, and now
Guess I'll do it.
there's there's things I didn't notice as a kid, like um, Terrence Stamp is in it,
Uh-huh.
and it's just one of those things I didn't even recognize him. I didn't even as a kid. I didn't go like, oh, that's General Zod. I just, he looks totally different, and it's just funny to go back and see it now. And I'm like watching it. It's like, hey, it's Chancellor Valorum.
There's Chancellor Valorum.
Rick Ollie in real life.
Captain Exposition. Am I going the right way? I don't even know.
Whoa! You know what? Save your progress.
Oh, you don't trust me?
No. You say that like literally like Indiana Jones. It's just like, no, I don't.
Oh, they lost it. Well, I didn't get those items. They lost the writer to Indy
Dude, they're
5.
dropping like flies on that movie,
Well,
man.
it's done. That movie's not happening. Well, it was when Spielberg left.
First Spielberg, then is Lucas still connected
He
on the
never
story?
was, apparently.
He never was. I
That's
thought
and
he.
that was
Okay.
always that was always whoops. Where are they? Oh, they're up there. That was always why I was like, well, how much is it going to feel like indie? Like
Yeah,
it's going to be missing that je ne sais quoi.
the je ne sais quoi of Roswell space aliens in South America.
Yeah. Well, people got an issue with the fridge, but they don't seem to have an issue with like
The
guys
Shankara
melting the
stones. Yeah.
Shankara stones, the Ark of the Covenant, and a wooden cup that melts away bullet wounds.
No, no, we had no issues with that because clearly it's because we saw it when we were under the age of 10 years old. That's why none of that mattered.
I guess. Temple of Doom is still my favorite, though. I love Temple of
Yep.
Doom.
Yep, I got to agree. It's the
Um,
Empire Strikes Back of that original trilogy.
but anyway, so they lost Spielberg,
Yeah.
and
For me
then
that was the big blow. Where it's just like it can't be indie without Spielberg.
let's just get Ron Howard come in, do it.
Yeah, but wait, when Spielberg stepped down as director, wasn't he still producing it though?
Yeah, he's still producing.
Okay,
He's
okay.
still producing.
That's something. That's something.
He stepped down, and then they brought in, I don't remember who, but and then the writer left, but he left because his statement was like, well, if you got a new writer or a new director, the new director's going to want to, not be hampered by the old director slash writer's ideas
Yeah,
and all that stuff.
yeah. That was the excuse.
So it's fine. But I mean, there's the whole issue of like COVID and insuring Harrison Ford and the production because he's old. And
Actually,
I just don't think the movie's going to happen. So,
yeah, I think you're right. I think it's going to be probably stuck in development hell, and by the time it even would get off the ground, I mean, Harrison is going to be 80 something, not not long from now. I think he's in his late 70s or mid 70s by now.
yeah,
He's
at least, yeah.
somewhere up there. I mean, he's still looking good for his age, of course, but oh my god, you slaughtered the Zugnots. Um, but yeah, it's
They're
just
animals. I slaughtered them like animals.
I hate them. Um, but yeah, it's just going on too long. I mean, what's the point? It's just
Well, that's kind of how
I,
I felt when Lucas wasn't involved. I was like, oh, what's the point? Because it was supposed to be. It was always like, oh yeah, Spielberg, Lucas, and Ford. You know, they're having fun making a
yeah,
old serial type
yeah,
movie.
yeah.
They all had to
That's
agree.
that's why in time over time I've learned to enjoy Crystal Skull more. I enjoy watching it way more now than I did on my first viewing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, like I've talked about before, it's kind of accepting its flaws, and it still is filled with a lot of really funny, well executed scenes that are really great.
Yeah, yeah. The only
So
scene I really have a problem with is the swinging on the vines and the monkeys.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
really
me too.
the only issue. The
Yeah,
fridge
I
doesn't
love the
bother
fridge
me.
scene. I think it's hilarious.
Yeah.
And I really like the
Oh,
motorcycle scene with, and I like Shia LaBeouf too. I don't have a problem with him. I never have. Some
yeah.
people do. I don't
The
mind him.
the other issue, I just remembered the other issue that I had is that I felt like the scene at the end with the alien was too literal or
Yeah,
too like explicit, I think is my main issue.
yeah,
Um, I think it could have been a little bit more ambiguous with what happens when all the skulls or all the skeletons like merge. It just seemed kind of weird that it like all whatever it was 12 or something
yeah,
skeletons like reconstitute and add together to
yeah.
form the alien or whatever. That just seemed like too. Oh, I see. I'm supposed to go up. It was just too.
It was very Stargate.
Yeah, I mean, I guess in the other movies, it's like there's not really any ambiguity to what's going on with the Ark of the Covenant. Oh, there we go. And the Shankara stones and the cup. There's it's not like, well, maybe
Yeah,
the cup. It's like, no, it was Jesus's cup.
sure. Yeah.
So it's fine. It was just like, I don't know. I felt like it could have just been a little bit different.
See, at least with Temple of Doom, uh, unless you're explicitly familiar with Indian lore, you probably wouldn't be able to compare the Thuggee cult with real life history unless you studied that. So there was a lot of ignorance on the part of the audience where we weren't comparing it to our own history and mythology.
Yeah, and I think it's a lot looser with those details and like what the
Yeah,
Thuggee cult really was
yeah,
versus like the Christian aspects of um, the first and the third movie. And then obviously, I don't think there's anything necessarily explicit in like um, Central and South American uh,
yeah.
mythology and stuff that's like, oh, this is clearly aliens. I know there's like ancient alien stuff and all that.
Zachariah Sitchin, maybe he got a paycheck for that movie.
Yeah, maybe should.
I love that graveyard scene though, where they go late at night and it's all windy and there's like the trees are all dead trees, and then those natives with the blow tube things, and that was pretty cool. That was a good creepy scene.
I liked it because it was different too. Like it was kind of
Yeah,
like that's why I like Temple of Doom is
yeah,
because it's just different. It's not like Christian mythology and stuff,
yeah, yeah.
and
I
it's
think
not
all
Nazis.
yeah,
Because like,
Nazis and Christian. You see, I think that was the criticism of Last Crusade when that one came out. I remember I don't know if it was like reviews I read at the time or later. I think it was later when I was in the 90s when I was like reading movie guides and stuff. I think there was always an air about that movie of being just kind of a retread of Raiders, you know. But having said that, I still love it for what it is, and the
well, that's the
the
only way it's a retread is just the Nazis and the
yeah,
Christian mythology. Otherwise, it's not.
Well, and
because
then that's what people wanted anyway, because there was that whole stink about Temple of Doom being too dark, and you know, inadvertently started the PG rating system. Lucas and Spielberg, how dare you? You know, and
yeah,
of course that was during the era of you know, what was that? The parents, you know, and the D&D freak out and all that shit.
the Satanic Panic.
Yeah, yeah. All right, beat that level.
Great. Oh, that I just remembered the issue before with this game. Speaking of old games and issues running them on modern hardware, it was the cutscenes. Any of the cutscenes that were on disc 2, we started to
Right,
have a problem with.
right.
I'm pretty sure I fixed it, but I don't
Well,
remember.
yeah, you know what? I don't remember if there's a cutscene between, because it's almost like this level transitions immediately into the next, where you're walking across the tubes. But
I
it
think
might have showed AT-88's shuttle
it
landing.
does, or it did in the beginning. I don't know. Well, let's see.
Let's see.
Got 2 stars. Should I save them? Seeing. Seeing is believing. I'll put one in there. I'll save a star. Let's watch.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, there we go. Look at that. They work. I don't even remember the fix.
Nice.